Thank you, Speaker Nograles. Senate President Villar, Senators and Representatives, Vice President De Castro, President Ramos, Chief Justice Puno, members of the Diplomatic Corps, ladies and gentlemen. I address you today at a crucial moment in world history. Just a few months ago, we ended 2007 with the strongest economic growth in a generation. Inflation was low, the peso strong, and 1 million new jobs were created. We are all looking to a better, brighter future. Because tough choices were made. Kumikilos na ang bayan sa wakas. Malapit na sana tayo sa pagbalanse ng budget. We were retiring debts in great amounts, reducing the drag on our country's development habang namumuhunan sa taong bayan. Biglang-bigla, nabaliktad ang ekonomiya ng mundo. Ang pagtalo ng presyo ng langis at pagkain ay nagbunsod ng pandaigdigang krisis, the worst since the Great Depression and the end of World War II. Some blame speculators, moving billions of dollars from subprime mortgages to commodities like fuel and food. Others point to the very real surge in demand as millions of Chinese and Indians move up to the middle class. Whatever the reasons, we're on a roller coaster ride of oil price hikes, high food prices, and looming economic recession in the U.S. and other markets. Uncertainty has moved like a terrible tsunami around the globe, wiping away gains, erasing progress. This is a complex time that defies simple and easy solutions. For starters, it is hard to identify villains, unlike in the 1997 financial crisis. Everyone seems to be a victim, rich countries and poor, though certainly some can take more punishment than others. To address these global challenges, we must go on building and buttressing bridges to allies around the world, to bring in the rice to feed our people, investments to create jobs, and to keep the peace and maintain stability in our country and the rest of the world. Yet, even as we reach out to those we need and who may need us, we strive for greater self-reliance. Because tough choices were made, the global crisis did not catch us helpless and unprepared. Through foresight, grit, and political will, we built a shield around our country that has slowed down and somewhat softened the worst effects of the global crisis. We have the money to care for our people and pay for food when there are shortages, for fuel despite price spikes. Neither we nor anyone else in the world expected this day to come so soon, but we prepared for it. For the guts not to flinch in the face of tough choices, I thank God. For the wisdom to recognize how needed you are, I thank you, Congress. For footing the bill, I thank the taxpayers. The result has been On the one hand, ito ang nakasalba sa bayan. On the other, more unpopularity for myself in the opinion polls. Yet, even unfriendly polls show self-rated poverty down to its 20-year low in 2007. My responsibility as president is to take care to solve the problems we are facing now and to provide a vision and direction for how our nation should advance in the future. Many in this great hall live privileged lives and exert great influence in public affairs. I am accessible to you, but I spend time every day with the underprivileged and underrepresented who cannot get a grip on their lives in the daily all-consuming struggle to make ends meet. Nag-aalala ako para sa nakakaawang may bahay na pasan ang pananagutan para sa buong pamilya. Nag-aalala ako para sa magsasakang nasa unang hanay ng pambansang produksyon ng pagkain, ngunit nagsisikap pakanin ang pamilya. I care for hardworking students soon to graduate and wanting to see hope of a good job and a career prospect here at home. Nag-aalala ako para sa 41-year-old na padre de pamilya na di araw-araw ang trabaho at nag-aabala sa asawa at 3 anak at dapat bigyan ng higit pang pagkakakitaan at dangal. I care for our teachers who gave the greatest gift we've ever received, a good education, still trying to pass on the same gift to succeeding generations. I care for our OFWs, famed for their skill, integrity, and untiring labor, who send home their pay as the only way to touch loved ones so far away. Nagpupugay ako ngayon sa kanilang mga karaniwang Pilipino. My critics say this is fiction, along with other facts and figures I cite today. I call it heroism, though they don't need our praise. Each is already a hero to those who matter most, their families. I said this is a global crisis where everyone is a victim, but only few can afford to avoid or pay to delay the worst effects. Many more have nothing to protect them from the immediate blunt force trauma of the global crisis. Tulad ninyo, nag-aalala ako para sa kanila. Ito mga taong bayan na dapat samahan natin, not only because of their sacrifices for our country, but because they are our countrymen. How do we solve these many complex challenges? Sa kanilang kalagayan, the answer must be special care and attention in this great